Hi everybody, it's Frank Racz. I've got all this stuff lined out for a quick tip of the day to tie on a swimmin worm, which just adds a little bit of versatility to this worm that we're already familiar with, which is a trip worm. So basically I've got some leader material. I use Maxima Ultra Green 8 pound. You could probably do 6. But you're just going to tie a standard knot to one end. And I actually tied the knot before, but the camera died and I'm in a hurry, so we all know pretty much how to tie a knot. So you got a knot right there, and you're just gonna snip that tag end, and one end is obviously going to be going to your monofilament, and then right about, so we'd have about, it just depends how much you want out. If you want out about a foot, you know, you're going to leave about 18 inches because you're going to be tying some knots to have your slack line out. So all you do, this is the Doug Stange swimmin worm. He's the editor-in-chief of Fisherman. So all you're going to do is tie another knot onto here, and I recommend a number 2 split shot drop shot hook. I think in his video he showcases like a bigger hook. But what you're going to do is you want to leave enough slack here to tie on another hook about 5 inches or so, because this is like a 2-hook deal, so that's not going to be quite enough. I haven't tied one of these all year, and the reason why I recommend like a black, I used to do these in a power room. I've caught 2 smaller bass on these, but I got into stitching right afterwards, so I know that they do work. So like I said, just a little bit more line than you normally would do for a knot. Come through. Again, these are just standard knots. 4 and 5. Same knot I tied on that one. The barrel swivel. And a Spro barrel swivel, you don't have to get a bearing. They're good. Just like they are. They've never tangled on me yet. So obviously if I was fishing, I'd be cinching this down with pliers. I don't have my pliers with me, so I would tie a little bit better knot. But we all know how to do that part. That part should be good. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to tie another knot from here. So you've got a barrel, here's your lead, you got your barrel swivel, you can see that, and you've got your split shot drop shot hook. The same hook I use for stitching and wacky worming is going into an entirely different rib, which I think is pretty resourceful on my part. And I don't think I'm going to get this perfect right off the top. Let's see here. No, I'm going to try it one more time. Like I said, I haven't done it all year. It took me a while to actually figure this out. It's a pretty freaking simple. Yeah, I would just maybe like right about from there to there. Right about your thumbnail, cross it over. And it's not an exact science deal. You just have to, all you have to do, I'll show you what it's going to look like when we're done, is, alright, so right about there, we're going to do another knot. Like I said, if I was tying these more, I'd be much more apt to be doing this quicker. But the point is, I just wanted to get it out there to the viewers because I've caught fish in the fall on it, I've caught fish in the summer on it. Never really on this. I missed a big one in the spring that followed it, but it must have been a touchy fish. Because this is a really kind of a, if you like finessing or if you've seen me work stitching and you're like, man, I don't want to really stitch, this is kind of a modification that you can use. So let's maybe see if we can tighten that up from there. Okay, here we are. Put it through the 2 loops. Kind of tricky with these Yamagatsu hooks. I mean, they are sharp, so don't go crazy on these. But you can use any, like I said, I use those number 2s just because I already have them. Okay, so normally, like I said, I tighten these up with pliers a little bit more than they are now. But then you're just going to trim your tag end because we're doing a quick tip of the day for this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to tie onto that. There's your fishing line. Now this is pretty cool. Here's where this gets really kind of interesting. How you're going to rig this is you're going to have, let's see if I get this right from the get-go. Yeah, this goes through the tip of your worm, and this is pretty. It doesn't look weedless, but this is okay. And then you're just going to do. Or no, wait a minute. I think it's the other way. Apologize for me not being 100% professional with this at the moment, but like I said, it's been all season since I tied one. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're probably going to hook it like somewhere in the middle there. Basically what you want this to do is when you reel this in and it's offset like this, it's going to swim. It doesn't look like much, but man, once you start reeling it in, fishing with this is really pretty cool. It adds a layer of versatility. It's weedless, and you can have a lot of fun with it. But also, if you wanted to, you can just do this. You can pop that through there, and you can just keep this. If you wanted to just fish it more like a Texas rig or something slow, and I'm kind of like just hooking this through the side. You know, you can just leave it like that, more or less, and it's just you could just fish it like a traditional worm and kill it. But like I said, if you want to have that a wider, I think Doug Stange calls it like a whoomph in it, then you would have more curve out, more of that out there. I tend to have it like in here, like that, so which is pretty big of a gap. So it's a pretty amazing thing. It's called a swimmin worm, and then what you're going to do is you would just attach your shot to your line here. So it's not the most 100% perfect deal, but everyone that fishes can get the idea. You're going to attach your sinkers to your mono, and you're going to cast this out with a little bit of slack line. 7-foot medium light rod is recommended. Brief history on it. People walleye fish these kind of rigs and so forth. That's your Stange variation. Walleye fish, bass fish. I don't know if it originated in the Midwest or not. It's old. That technique is old. The Doug Hannon variation is the same deal, except you've got, this is a cream worm. You just take like a one straight worm hook and you rig it so it's just got that bend in it, and you can't really alternate it, and it's going to swim like this more. And as you can see, the swimmin worm they're both great rigs. And just another little final touch. There are other ways to rig these actually with a mustad slow death hook, and then there's one with a twister tail worm. If you can snell hooks and take a clip, just like those K&Es, you can snell your own, and you could snell, I don't know, you could snell this type or this type, whichever you'd be ready for. So I mean, you could have a ton of versatility just right here with stuff that you already have, you know. So just to recap it, maximum leader, 8-pound. I would probably use 6. I couldn't find the 6. I was grabbing stuff real quick. Small barrel swivel, that's a size 7. Number 2, Yamagatsu split shot, drop shot. 6-inch trick worm, sinkers, swimmin worm. Please leave some feedback on it. Take care, everyone. That's your tip of the day. Midwest swimmin worm. And now we're going to take a look at our finished product, one worm at a time. So this is the Doug Stange swimmin worm. You've got your worm, your hooks. This is your lead, and then you've got your barrel swivel, and your sinker is going to be right above that barrel swivel. So I don't think it'd be the end of the world if you put it there. So if you wanted to do it with the Doug Hannon and Doug Stange, really the two Dougs. Okay, we get it. You're going to have your worm back here, and if you were snelling it, you'd have your clip swivel here, and you would attach that sinker above there, just like that. So if you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe. I really try to do the best that I can so you can get the most bang out of your buck for the tackle you're using. Please subscribe. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening.